The Ukrainian military of the Birds of Magyara Brigade continued to destroy enemy equipment in Donetsk region when 178 combat engagements were recorded on the front line in a day, including 69 in the Pokrovsk sector. It is hard to realize how many more clashes were prevented or stopped thanks to the work of drones. Today, I'm going to show you a video report of the work of the Magyar Birds Brigade. I'm Hustler. Let's get started. Here is a Russian tank filled with infantry sitting on the armor, heading for an assault. Their task is clear: to jump into the Ukrainian positions and engage in combat to occupy new territory. The task of the Ukrainians is to prevent the Russian military from fulfilling their task and stop the pressure. Ukrainian drone strikes a tank and it stops. The Russians who were sitting on top of the armor start to run away. One of the soldiers even lost his assault rifle out of fear. Now, Ukrainian drone pilots only have to finish off the tank, otherwise the Russians will return for it and continue to use it. The drone operator aims directly at the hatch and the tank catches fire. The fire fills the tank more and more, and then it burns down completely. The target is destroyed. The next target for the Ukrainian drones was the Tu-C9 Nona self-propelled artillery system. It is a toxically fast firing system. The drone operator takes aim and strikes. One of the crew members leaves the vehicle before the drone strikes. The Russian infantrymen begin to abandon the self-propelled artillery unit and flee into the forest. Meanwhile, the Nona continues to burn and then explodes. From the explosion, the turret flying in an unknown direction, and the artillery unit was left only as scrap metal. It's an ordinary armored personnel carrier, but as it turned out, it was completely filled with a combat kit. The drone pilot strikes, but not quite accurately. A hit to the armor, but it did not affect the vehicle. Another drone flies to re-attack the target. And a three-point shot. Now the armored personnel carrier is on fire, and then its combat kit explodes. This Russian tank is well camouflaged, but there is no hiding from Magyar pilots. A Ukrainian drone pilot is already nearby and ready to strike the tank. Some white rags flew from the tank. Another drone operator is flying to finally destroy the tank and record the first strike. The tank has already heated up well and turned into molten metal. And here is another camouflage tank, even better than the previous one. The drone operator will have to fly between the bushes, but that's not a problem. A drone strikes and the tank explodes. The drone flew straight into the tank's hatch. During further reconnaissance with another drone, everything will be visible. Now it's clearly visible how fire is raging inside the tank. This drone will finish the job and destroy the tank completely. He disguised himself, but still burned out on his job. Here is the infamous road of death. The Russians tried to tow a damaged armored personnel carrier back to their base with a tractor, but Ukrainian drone operators don't approve of such actions. That's why another kamikaze drone strikes the armored personnel carrier. The tractor had already been attacked earlier. The The drone operators waited for the rainy weather to pass and delivered the final strike. The drone flew into the hatch, and now it's just a matter of waiting for the fire to completely destroy the armored vehicle. The armored personnel carrier has exploded, and from the blast, it was clear that it was fully loaded with ammunition. And then, a Russian armored fighting vehicle and an infantry fighting vehicle explode on mines. The armored vehicles are equipped with an electronic warfare system, and they must be destroyed. Allied units begin to attack the infantry fighting vehicle. And then, with a final blow, the pilot of the Magyar's birds destroys the armored vehicle. After 3 hits, the infantry fighting vehicle burns down. Then it's time to attack another armored vehicle. The kamikaze drone operator aims at the rear of the vehicle and strikes. For this armored vehicle, only 1 strike was enough to completely burn it down. Here's another combat vehicle that was abandoned by Russians during a Ukrainian drone strike. The operator of the kamikaze drone takes aim and ignites the abandoned combat vehicle. And now it is completely burning down. Here, the drone operator is already aiming at the Russian cannon. As we can see, the hunt is conducted at night. The Ukrainian military does not care when to work. The main thing is to destroy enemy targets. Now, from another drone, a hole in the barrel of the cannon is visible, which means it's no longer fit for combat missions. Here's another gun, camouflaged, and even a wheel is hanging on the barrel. Further reconnaissance with another drone shows how the Russians have thrown another wheel onto the barrel, which means they are nearby but afraid to come out. A hole in the barrel is visible, and the gun will no longer be able to fire. Another gun, and yet another hole in the barrel. Further reconnaissance with another drone confirms the successful hit. A small surprise awaits the Russian artilleryman. That's all for today, friends. Subscribe to the channel to keep up with the latest news. This video was prepared by Hustler. See you soon.